Okay, now we're going to continue and go back to the first unit folder, and we want to create an audio file. So we'll come here and say, come on, create an audio file for me. The same idea applies to any element we create. It has its own properties. Let's see if there are any questions. The topic of viewing content without downloading it is not available and will not be available. This option won't be available. Let's look at the part I'm talking about. I'm selecting an audio file, writing audio file, and browsing for the file. You should know file extensions. Audio files like MP3 and WAV, images like PNG or JPG, Word files like DOCX or DOC, video files like MP4 and Excel and PDF formats. Then I will review the file to get this audio file. Where is this audio file? Of course, you must know the file extensions. For example, audio files are MP3. In the extension, there is a WAV extension. For example, in the WAV extension, I have PNG or GBG in the images. Okay, I have files. Of course, Word is well known. DocX or Doc. I have video extensions, MP4, for example. The most famous one for me is, of course, Excel, for example. The PDF part is also well known. So in this part, you should pay attention. Here I have the Quran. I'm taking this audio file, so I'm placing the audio file that we just discussed. Now, I actually want to select another file, just a regular selection. Then it gives me some options here. When the student opens the page, do I want the audio file to play automatically? Of course, this feature isn't great. No, the student should be the one to press the play button to start it. So I don't need it to repeat automatically after the student has listened to it. No, the student should have the option to just press the play button to control it. This way, the student opens the audio file themselves. No, the student should press the play button to start it. So I don't need it to repeat automatically after the student has listened to it. No, the student should have the option to just press the play button themselves. This way, they can control it. The audio file shouldn't play on its own. I mean, he should open the audio file himself. The audio file shouldn't play on its own. There's also a nice feature with the audio file. What is it? It's something called embedding a transcript. So right now I have a student who has a hearing impairment and can't hear this audio file. But he sees, well, what should I do? I add a written copy here in a Word file or a PDF file where the content of the Word file is the same as the content of the audio file. It remains a written version for people who cannot hear the audio. So now I can come from here and browse. I'm really just trying to use the same audio file and place it in a Word document. Before sending it, I also have the same idea about allowing content preview, yes or no. Then I say send, so you'll notice that the audio file will appear for him and he can press play to listen to it. He can also download the audio file. It gives him that option. And what about the written transcripts? A student who can't hear can open the Word file and see the text that's in the Word file, which is the same as what's in the audio file. As for the audio file, you can also create an image. Of course, the image is simple too, just like the idea of using a picture of the university or any other image. You can browse local files and select the image you need. You can also add alternative text to the image. How will they know what it is? The alternative text, Qasim University. If the image doesn't appear and the student hovers over it, it will say Qasim University. You can add a detailed description if needed. For dimensions, choose original or customized size. Specify width and height as needed. So, the alternative text, Qasim University. If we write Qasim University, they will know, oh, this was about what? It represents Qasim University. For image dimensions, specify width and height as needed. Click Submit to check if the image appears. Dimensions and image options. Do you want the original dimension or specify specific dimensions that reduce its size? its dimensions, its height, and its width. You can also customize it and specify the width. Write the width and write the height in the way you like. Alright, if the image has a specific URL that you want to link it to, meaning when the student clicks on it, it will take them to a certain website, maybe an external site on the internet, you can put the link here, no problem at all. Then we'll click on Submit to see if the image will show up here or not. And here's the image appearing. But you see the image is going to be large. Large image size, edit settings to reduce, original dimensions, 802,603, try 400,200. Image looks different. Hover shows Qasim University label. If image doesn't display, label appears. Added audio file and university image. Add video with simple settings. Let's go back to the same settings and customize it. The large dimensions you saw were 882 in width and 603 in height. So let's say, for example, let's set it to 400 by 200 just to try it out. So these will be the dimensions of the image. And now the image looks like this. If we hover the mouse pointer here, you'll notice that when I stop, there's a label with a white background that says Qasim University. So if this image doesn't show up, this label will appear instead, saying Qasim University. So now we've added a file, an audio file, and the university image. You can also add a video, and the video settings are really simple. It's really simple. We're going to write here video, so you can also see how to add a video. Then we'll browse and get the video file, which is in MP4 format, for example. And then we can also control the dimensions. And for playback, I don't want it to play automatically or loop. Then you'll click on submit. So the video shows up for the student like this, and they can enlarge the video and interact with it and play it without any issues at all. All right, let's also check. I want to go into the editing and see the part about student downloads. We don't allow them to download it. It's not available in the settings here, but I want to double check because I know the information, but I want to confirm one last time. There's nothing in the settings here that prevents the student from downloading this file. Okay, we were uploading our video. We had uploaded the video. I want to go into the edit and see the student download part. We don't allow him to download. It's not here in the settings, but I also check because I know the information, but I check last. There's nothing in the settings here that makes the student not download this file. Well, we were uploading our video. We were uploading the video. I also have a web link here. Now pay attention to a very important point. All the work I've done here is really good, but there's a problem. What's the problem? The file I added here was a PDF file, and the audio file was an MP3. The image is also a file, and the video is also a file. So what do these files have? The size of the file. I mean, of course, the video file. If you pay attention to me, what is the size of the video file? It is larger than the sound, the audio file, right? And the audio file is usually larger than the image. All right, and text files like PDFs and Word documents are lighter in size, much lighter than video and audio files. All of this consumes space from the allocated limit for you in the course. This course has a limit of 250 megabytes. You can upload files like images, videos, and anything else, but only 250 megabytes. But what if I have a course with a lot of content? Many videos, audio files, images, and a lot of stuff. What should I do now? The 250 megabytes won't be enough for me. You're limited to just 250 megabytes, so you can upload files like images, videos, and anything else, but only 250 megabytes. But what if I have a course with a lot of content, like many videos, audio files, images, and a lot of stuff? What should I do now? The 250 megabytes won't be enough for me.